What up, people? Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
How are we this evening? We got some people in the chat. Look at that. I'll be damned. People are excited to see you. That's what it is. What's up, G-Force? Minyoza? Good evening. Good evening. Yes. Yes. Yeah, so this is the first time Dad's gonna be officially with me on this. Tony, Turk, evening, gentlemen. Glad to see you. Triple D. Thanks for coming in, Dave. Appreciate you. Jim, howdy. Howdy. Yojo Daddy, what's up, sir? Welcome to the LSWA. Justin Booth. Howdy, sir. Cliff. Hey, buddy. That's all right. Appreciate you.
We appreciate that.
The replay squad. And saying hello. That's nice too. I like that. So here's the deal. Zach has a home life, and when he streams 3 to 4 nights a week, it's really not enough time for the home life. So he opted to get out. I got this guy, which, I think we're all pretty familiar with, my father, John. Now, as some of you may know, my dad and I do a different show every other Sunday, including this Sunday, Sunday mornings, and we do a little show called Couple of Kooks. We're both pretty into it. It was the first show that I had on my own. And when I had the idea, I remember going to him and pitching it, and he was really excited about it. And I think he's starting to like the streaming a little bit now that he's getting a little more comfortable with it. So yeah,
A little bit.
So he opted to come in and help me out with this, and we'll get you even a little more comfortable pulling up chats and stuff. So appreciate you helping me. Chris Crow. Good evening. Good evening, sir. Jimmy? I might eat some eggs. I'm probably not gonna paint any though. Max? Howdy, sir. Howdy. Howdy. I'm sorry to hear that, G-Force. That's very unfortunate.
Yes,
we do. I don't think either of us take our relationship for granted, outside of like the norm of just, there there's limited time, and someday that'll come into focus. But for those of you that don't know, we lost my grandfather a few years back, and so I think that kind of pushed that a little more into focus. So I am
Made it seem a little more important to do something
definitely,
meaningful.
definitely, definitely. So I understand. I hope things
Totally get it.
get looking better, and yeah, man, absolutely, love family, love family. So
What are we
last week
doing tonight,
we
Mikey?
finished up the assault trooper, the Arctic assault trooper. Um, so this week we didn't really I didn't really get a final result on the heck yeah. Heck yeah. That'd be
Yeah,
rad, man.
that's a cool idea.
Just do it. Just do it. Just go out and just do it. You're gonna overthink the hell out of it. Just do it. Pick a topic and run with it, man. So I didn't get like a final like satisfying result. And I kind of forgot to check it. But last I saw last week, the it seemed to be hit and run for a long time, and then it kind of switched um, to Pathfinder, which is fun because I don't see a lot of people do Pathfinder. He was always one that I liked. I think his camo is ridiculous. But but I already had one of those lined out. All the options we had, I had lined out. But last week I did not have the kits for some of the other options. So tonight we're going to take another vote on these three that I have. So pull this up. Boop. These are the three that I think are on the docket. So we have Pathfinder. Now this is a head that I painted last year at some point, knowing that I wanted to do a Pathfinder. So you can see here my build is upper torso Falcon. The legs are Valaverse, so that's kind of an interesting twist. And then he's got the Sergeant Slaughter jacket to be his vest. On the Dawn Man Weed Whacker, which I always thought was stupid, but it is a part of the character. So we've got him. This is the Sci-Fi V2 V3 kit that Dad modeled. I have the up-to-date pieces for that. Here he's wearing the first rendition of the uh, chest armor and the helmet. I've got new pieces right here. You can really see, really, really killed it here with the details. Really nice. And then we've got Dragunsky. Was waiting on the chess piece to be finished for him. That is done. So and there's his glove pieces. So he is also ready to be worked on. So these are the three I think that we'll vote on tonight. Jojo Daddy,
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. And White Vegeta, Ken, saw you guys pop in. Appreciate you coming in. Let's see here. Let's see. I know I got to do this from the YouTube. I don't care much for that, but let's see if I can get poll going. And start poll.
Pulling up a survey, eh?
Yes, sir.
Hope you brought enough for everyone.
And okay. That should be up. Y'all let me know what you like on there. Is that everybody see it? Is it visible? I hope so. I thought it was.
It's up. It's up.
Okay, good. It's so weird that StreamYard doesn't show it or anything, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. What do we got here?
Now, part of this is you guys got to vote on the on the thing.
Vote. Let's get. I mean, I do see. It seems like Dragunski's kind of running with it here, just in the comments.
Zucchini.
What's up, brother? Zucchini. I'll give you a Stacy shout. Dim Cuts. What up, sir? So, yeah, that really bothers me. I can't see the chat. Let's see the strange. Sci-fi's at 50%. Wow.
Nah.
Get out of here, you pasty bastard. Yeah. So, and you know, Zach and I will still be live tomorrow night with Woody 222 talking about our favorite stoner movies. And they don't have to be. We kind of talked about it. And we'll talk about it tomorrow, but we kind of went into it thinking like it doesn't have to be movies about, but it could be movies you like to watch while partaking. So we'll see how many overlaps we get, because I'm very, very curious. But
It's gonna be interesting. Jimmy, I just I threw that up in chat, so it should be coming up.
Nice. Robert's here. Good evening, sir.
Hey, Robert.
Give this a couple minutes. Let's see here. That is looking strong, like a sci-fi V2 is what we're doing. We're at 47%. That's going to take a hell of a lot to flip that. So I'll give it another minute or so. If you guys haven't voted, put them in. But it looking like this is our guy, which is cool. I don't think anybody's done any kind of sci-fi V2s that I have seen.
I hadn't either. That's why I wanted to make it.
What up, Packer? What do we got here? What's been Joe's talking about?
Those Mandalorian helmets. I don't know. That's, you could probably try to boil and pop it a little bit. Boil it and put a tongue depressor in there. Kind of loosen it up. Might pop off. I don't know.
Yeah, that's about the only way I've removed glued heads. Get it hot especially with the boil and pop, because that'll heat both pieces instead of you just putting direct heat on the outside of the helmet.
Dip it all the way into where the helmet is in the water.
Yeah, so just drop it in there and let it get nice and soft. All right. 44% for Sci-Fi V2. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Right on, brother. That's all right. And it's not like the other ones won't get made. I'm gonna make all of them. So Might have to toss that link in there again.
Yeah, let me try that from the.
So you were using the tripwire torso for yours, or did you settle on metalhead? Because I know you said you had
they'll
been
both
working
work.
with
They'll both work. The one I sent you, the newest one, it's not split in the middle.
Yeah.
Or in the side.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Well, so
I think I'll use tripwire because I just really like that buck. But for all y'all that wanted something to do with your metalhead, this is a good candidate to use that, especially since he's already gray. You know, you could really cut down on your custom time, adding this stuff to it. Thank you, brother. And then the head I put in there is actually one of the Tomac Xamon heads, which fits remarkably well. Let's see. Being difficult.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, when you pop the arms off, that torso or that armor will fit either one of them.
Okay. This is the old one too. This is the split one. So
yeah, that one's not
the right one, but that's the new backpack that he modeled. It's the new helmet. Like I said, really nice detail. You can see some stuff that he changed on that, especially on the back. And he's got his little wrist bracers to slide over that, which is nice. And then the rifle, this terrible, goofy looking, but that's it, babe. That's that rifle for sure, in all of its wacky splendor. All right, so first thing I need to do is get some water ready, so I will be right back.
Oh. Well, he's left me here, so we can talk about him. So I did make a few changes to the sci-fi kit, I think, since we showed it on the couple of Kooks broadcasts. So it does have a place in the back of the helmet that goes into the backpack for the wire on the back of the helmet. And it has, like I say, the chest piece isn't separated anymore, but it will slide over nicely over anything once you pop the arms off, both the metalhead and tripwire torso. And the arm bracers will fit the metalhead torso or arms as well as tripwire. So yeah, a lot of choices there if you. That was the look. I got on here and Mikey already had his unbuttoned, and so I didn't want to look stuffy. Yeah, we're pretty excited about DFW. We got a lot going on. On the couple of Kook show, we've been talking about a build we're going to have for the show, and we're going to have a workshop where people can come build it. It's kind of a spaceman, kind of an astronaut kind of thing. And you'll come in and you can build it. The parts that we make will be exclusively in color just for that project, just for that class. So Mikey's going to cover boil and pop and a few other things. So it's just going to be a nice little workshop where you can come in, sit down with us, and Mikey's going to show you how to do some things, and we're going to assemble that kit, and it will go on It will go on a Classified Destro body. If you don't have one, we'll have some available, but they'll recommend the first one because it has the black gloves. The kit's going to be black. It's going to be the astronaut character is going to be all black. So it will be pretty cool. It'll be a lot of fun, and we'll talk a little bit about prepping 3D prints, since that's kind of my side of it. Little things you do to get them ready. I try when I send them out, I try to get them pretty clean so that you don't have to do a lot of prep work. But sometimes there's some of the little dots from the supports are there. So the most of the ones that are on the store are really clean. So if you do order something off of the store, you are in good shape. So not a lot you got to do there with that Assault Trooper kit. Well, he is boiling water, so 5 minutes maybe. I don't know. We've had that Dragonsky kit in the works for a long time. I originally had sculpted the helmet, rifle, and backpack for a guy that was doing 1/18th scale stuff. So I did that, and when we started talking about when we first started doing the couple of Kook show last year, it came up in conversation after DFW that we should start trying to put something together to where we both can do something. So I remodeled those things in 1/12 scale and changed the backpack up so it wasn't just a solid piece for Dragonsky. So I'm pretty proud of that kit. But sci-fi has always been one of my favorite figures. I was always, as a kid, I liked Star Wars. When I first got into G.I. Joe, I was all about the laser troopers. So I love sci-fi, and I actually really liked this version of him. And I don't mind the pilot colors either, the white and teal. I don't mind that either. So that was kind of the thing there. We had an action assault trooper in white, like Mikey did on the last few shows. We had one of those at a local show that we went to, and people kept saying, "Man, it really kind of has a sci-fi vibe." So it seemed pretty obvious that, okay, well, let's do a sci-fi. That'll be fun. That's kind of where that. Hey, Alex, you got here just in time to miss Mikey. He'll be right back. I think when he said earlier he was going to get me used to doing these things, I'm hoping he didn't mean like I'll be right back. I'm going to go get a pack of cigarettes. Yes, we are. We're going to be at both. We're just going to make it a 2-week tour. And we're going to go to Joe Fest, and then we're going to head down to DFW. Right now, Joe Fest, we'll probably bring our stuff. And
well, obviously we'll bring our stuff.
Yeah, we'll have our stuff because we'll be taking it to DFW. But I think we may set up a table at the swap meet at the hotel and just kind of, if anybody wants to look at it, it'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will. It'll slide over. It'll go over it. That vest is pretty. The material that I print out of it, you get it warm like under just some hot water, and it becomes fairly flexible. And once it cools off, it'll break. But you get it warm, you'll feel the flex in it. You can slide it over anything. And the barbecue is a good one to use. I mean, it is basically Destro with different arms. So.
Yep.
It will definitely work for that. I tried on that. It does have. Mikey's got the prototype gloves for him, but not the finals. So that is designed to go over the tripwire arms, but because it'll fit the tripwire low arms, it'll fit just about everything. So yeah, those kits should be the sci-fi and Dragonsky kit should be available on the website the first week of May. Mikey is doing the test fitting for me. It is Chad, sort of, I guess.
I mean. No sex, but I mean, we are paid professionals from time to time.
We are paid professionals. And I have been fishing a few times in my life, so that may possibly.
Oh. Yeah, clever. That'll do. That'll do.
That's awesome. I will. I'll check fit on everything, and we may on one of the couple of kook show just kind of show it on a couple of different bucks how that vest piece fits over, just so everybody can see that it does. It is pretty. It is pretty universal. The helmet is not a helmet; it's a head with a neck post in it. So
yeah.
I didn't want to make it huge. I really was trying to shoot for the look on the back of the yearbook cover, G.I. Joe yearbook. So
plus, it kind of sucks. This is something that if you've customized much, but or if you just had GI Joes, if it's a painted head, then the ear paint rubs off pretty much immediately. As soon as you put that head over, ear paint gone. That's why most GI Joes are molded in flesh, and then you paint the hair, the eyes, the eyebrows, all that stuff. And you can get flesh resin, but I don't think I've ever left anything resin colored. I paint it regardless.
Well, it ends up, unless you know exactly what figure you're going to attach it to, you could tone it down with some white or gray and get the right tone, but then somebody's going to pick a neck that doesn't go with that head, and
right,
that's where you're at. A little disassembly here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, taking it all down.
That's it. That's the boil and pop method right there.
That's it. I was telling them while you were gone that that was one of the things we would cover at the workshop.
Sure.
Trying to figure out a way that everybody can have access to the water to do it themselves. So many fun little things to try to figure out here.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, as we know, the next step will be joint prep. Everybody's favorite, including mine.
Yeah, on this body you have to do joint prep.
Got to. Again, if you use this one, you pretty much right off the hook. You got to paint some red, but really most of the joints you're clear on. This one you got some exposure on that red joint, the armpit joint, shoulder joint, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But
might have to warm that up a little, bud. Put it in.
Oh yeah, probably should. I don't want to split it. But you know what? Well, I got some warm water here. I'll just throw that one in there too. It's hot. Throw one of these in there too. See if I can answer Cliff's question.
That vest is a beast to get off of there.
God, it is, man. You know what? I might just cut it. I really don't give a shit about barbecues vest.
Yeah, I have like 20 of them. So
yeah, I've yet to use one. It's not super useful, but hey, look at that. Look at that segue. He's not even here. Buttery segues.
That's a good one.
It's a gooder.
Mikey, Zakanen, and
Zakanen.
Woody are going to be on Figure It Out tomorrow night.
Hell yeah. Got some special stuff. I'll try to get a few more things done tonight.
I peeled one off this weekend, JMK. I got one to come completely off, but man, it took some.
Yeah,
took some
I've
warm
done
water.
2, and I mean, I got it, but it's not even worth the struggle because it's not super useful or anything.
Right.
You know, it'd be different if it was like literally any other. But that is the hardest vest that I can think of. I know there's another one that's kind of a bear. The Viper one kind of sucks because it's a really snug fit. Oh yeah,
which is nice great. Fit. You know, great for the aesthetic of the original figure, but when you're just getting to the body, it's rough.
It sucks. Let's see here. Okay, here's a Firefly metalhead torso. Get that back up. Little Joe Soup.
Joe Soup. Hello, David. Thanks for coming on.
Hello, sir. That's my daddy. Ooh. Oh, that may be why I'm having issues with that. I think that torso is warped. Why do I always get a warped one? No, okay. Let's finish this. Harleen Quinzel. Action figure addict. More red and real pale skin tone. So we changed it up a little bit from last week. And there's that Biznich. And then, most of the A-team. Oh, yeah. You got to check out Tony. Oh, and he's here. Oh, okay. All right. Right on. What's up, sir?
He's here even.
Tony, you at work, or you got the night off from saving lives?
Hello, Stacy.
Stacy,
did you gift another membership?
Uh-oh. Did she?
I think she did.
You rascal.
Reps our merchandise.
I know.
Shows up chats.
I know. Oh. Tony is working.
Thanks, Zakanen. Go get them, guys.
You freaking guy.
5 of them.
What am I doing? What am I doing here? How about... Hmm.
Friendly competition.
I see. I understand. Joe fan, what's up, sir? What am I? Let's see. For Zach, I give him.
Yeah,
I'll give him a nice.
We gotta give him a good one.
I'll give him. I'll give him a pair. I'll give him a nice
Okay.
pair.
Ah, I love the feeling of fresh air on my naked breasts. See that? Man's immune to sweater yams.
What about me? I like sweater yams.
Well, that's crazy quiet.
This one's for you.
Dankeschön. Man, I can't believe how quiet that fanboys clip is. Such a funny clip too. Ugh. See, he's immune to sweater yams. What about me? I like sweater yams.
Such a great show.
It was a good one. This one.
Zach thought you were gonna play the Milkmaid clip.
Oh no, that's for special occasions, buddy. Hell yeah.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for tuning in. Barbecue, since he's a let's see here. Since he's an OG, he's got pins. So I'm gonna let those go back in the water for a minute. One thing, barbecue. I really do like his arms. I like the extra detail on him, but he's got a really good neck. He's got like that segmented armor on his neck.
It is, and it's really thick
like,
really wide on the bottom. It is a good neck.
Damn, it's hard. A little more time in there. You know what? Probably just. I don't know if this happens for you, but when I do boil and pop, it just destroys the skin on my finger.
Yeah, I always use that tea towel method. I just put the figure in the tea towel and then wrap my hands in the tea towel while I mess with it.
Oh.
I thought about getting some of those silicone oven gloves, the ones that fit over.
I don't feel like I'd be able to get
tight.
much of a grip, especially the shoulder. That's the main joint, because you have to pinch the shoulder and then hold the butterfly so it stays in. Like
it's all. I just was going to get some on Amazon and try them out.
And then work that out.
Uh oh, Mikey.
Whoa! Holy shit. What are we doing here? What? Oh, that's my whole arm. Okay, all right. Let's see here.
Stacy hit us with a little "That's what she said."
Oh, okay. Well, for Stacy,
That's what she said.
there you go. And then for G-Force, dude, thank you so much. That's man.
We really appreciate it.
Man. He's a pioneer.
He is. And then
this one's for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I was probably the only kid on the school bus that knew those words to that song. Didn't know what they meant, but by God, I knew them. Okay. Little assistance here.
It is on, Mikey.
Oh my god! What the hell? Oh shit!
It's an avalanche of awesome, is what it is.
I don't. Jeez, dang! Zach, you better let us. Stacy's not gonna take your
He was
shit.
found in his hotel room, impaled upon a large electrical device.
This one's for you.
That's it. That's the. Got it. Oh, and the neck came off. There it is. Brown Destro torso without the collar.
Yes.
You gotta give it to him. On these early ones, they were pretty fucking clever. Like the Viper having Duke's torso, but without the collar. Like that collar really helped him out.
It did. Having that as
And
a
then it
separate piece was a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see.
TNT
Use
State
it. Oh,
is
I don't.
here.
Huh? Ooh, what up, sir?
Customizers.
That's
Welcome,
what's up.
welcome.
All right, and you know these. And just take this nifty little punch right here, 330 seconds, and then
It's punch time.
punch it up. Now, normally I do this on my gunsmith bench, and I think I'm gonna have to go and do that. So, this guy right here. And all you gotta do is.
Thank you, G-Force. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. When I tell you, I use to hold the little pins. I use pill caps. That's my nifty little container.
Yeah. Very nice.
Everyone gets a membership. I should get an Oprah clip. That'd be good.
That one right there. That would be great.
Jimmy, you ain't kidding. I mean, thankfully, I don't have the springs that are gonna leave the atmosphere when I
pop out everywhere.
Yeah, I don't have that, but dadgum. I don't have that. That would be.
Sometimes you wish something would just pop out instead of having to
You just gotta
coax everything.
It feels like you have to muscle it way more than you should. You're like, it's just held in by just friction. I mean, it should not be difficult.
It's a very tight fit.
Like I'm trying to not like explode here, but damn. That's what he said. Okay. Where's that little fella? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd have been all over a class like this in school.
God almighty. It's like they're not straight. Like they're just curving. Very, very strange. Not that I'm curve shaming anybody, you know. You got to curve in it, you just work with it. There we go. That's better. Boy, you ain't kidding. That was way more work than it should have been. But it's done now. It's done now. And for y'all that aren't familiar with the gunsmith block, when you use these pins, it kind of traps them underneath it. So you lift it up, and there's most of your pins. So pretty nifty, worth it. I mean, they're only, I don't know, they're less than $20.
Yeah.
You're a lot of disassembly. It's pretty nice and very useful. You can use it for other things than action figures. Spoiler alert.
It's all in the name.
Oh yeah, that'll fit. Warm that
There
up.
we go.
That'll pop right on.
A little hot water. Like I say, I don't even boil the armor. I'll just put it under the faucet. My faucet gets pretty hot. So.
Oh yeah, that'd work. That'll do. That'll do. I'll show you a little sneak peek here. I got
Sneak
my gridiron gang stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
So I got a Steeler.
Oh.
I'm gonna pair those up.
Hell yeah.
Something a little different on the old boy. Pretty excited about it. Yeah, Gridiron finally had some stuff on their deals where I was like, damn, I would like some of those. They had G36s is what it was. Let's be real. Yeah, I am.
Did you get a couple of those?
Come at me, bro. Yeah, I did. Dude, the G36 are freaking dope. I mean,
no, it's beautiful.
You know I'm an HK guy anyway, but
absolutely.
Look at those bad mofos. Come on. Those are sick.
So nice.
Yeah. I got me some of them. And of course I had to get one of these for the Rambo I'm doing for Tony. I had to have the right piece for that. Yeah. And then I put there you go. There you go. And then at the same time they had those G36s, must have been some overlap, and they still had these for $5.
Oh wow.
It's like I can't tell if it's a 47 or a 74 because it's suppressed, but it also has the grenade launcher, and I was like, hell yeah, man. I like getting some various AKs, so when I do October Guard, not everybody has the same version of AK, you know. I like get a regular stock one and get a folding stock.
Right.
You know, that one's cool because that's like an updated suppressed version of what Brekov carried on the yearbook. You know.
Yeah.
It's like the modern version of it. So that'd be cool. Give him kind of an updated look, you know. And of course, I already have a RPK for Shrage and PPSH for Stormovic, and obviously got Dragonsky settled up here, although he doesn't carry anything. Even got a Dragunov for when I get to a Dana. So
yeah, G-Force. You gotta start somewhere. Everybody started somewhere. It really does look like Airwaves again.
Which one? That AK?
That AK you just said. Yeah. Just as the way it's all got all the little greebles on it.
Oh, I'm not, but Action Figure Addict, I guess, is, because you got everybody but Mr. T. I assume he got the wrestling figure. It's probably what happened. I mean, I painted a. Who was that was trying to buy that at AR? Was that Dave? Was that Minecraft?
I think it was.
That Mr. T, wasn't it? Wasn't it him?
I really think so.
Mr. T.
He looked at it a couple of times.
I know he did. I know he did. All right. Anywho's. Let's see here. Oh, I made a mess. So.
You said that, Master Son, but does he fit? He said barely. You can get him in there though, right?
Oh, I didn't even think about clearance in the van. Yeah, because if it's one of those wrestling figures, they're pretty big. They're bulky. They're so
They are.
bulky. All right. So I got those. Got those.
Yeah, everybody hit that like button. Subscribe
Smash
if you
that
like what's
shit,
going on.
man.
This is what happens every week.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They do. They do. I've got McFarlane love. I haven't done many painting, but back here I've got New 52 Alan Scott. New Earth Alan Scott. That's what I want to do there. And then Bullseye Batman will be a space ghost someday. So
Someday.
All right. So I'll probably do the bulk of this joint prep off camera just because it's going to be a lot, but I'll get started on some of it. But I'm going to mute myself. So take it away.
All right. Well, joint prep action. Yeah, on that Mr. T figure, I went ahead and I just used the very available Cobra Island roadblock on mine. He's still taller than he was in the 18 show. Yeah, this is absolutely the worst part, Tony. Joint prep is so hard, especially on a pinless figure, because you really want to try to do the best you can with that joint, but man, it is work. Get the right Dremel bit though, and it's not so bad. This is awesome. I don't have my book here, G-Force. It's the 1/8 that's got really thin cutters on it. I'll let Mikey show it when he gets done. I can't remember what number it is though. Well, I'm sure he appreciates it, Zakana. I was trying to find that bit. You can use any router style bit, but that one just happens to have really fine teeth on it. Those are. And the nice thing about it, since it's flat on the end, you can get into an edge without worry about cutting what you're riding up against. So it's a pretty good bit. I use drum style bits for almost everything, router bits. Happens to the best of us, the Canaan.
So those I'll trim with the X-Acto knife so I can get the burrs off and clean the edges and all that kind of stuff. But now for the boots and the shoulders, because the shoulders, you can see it sits below, so using that bit doesn't work so well. So you gotta switch to one of these.
Use a stone. And Dremel also makes a router style cutter bit that is about the right width for this also. The drum style bit. They're a little harder to find. Usually you get them in kits. They're a little harder to find by themselves. Yeah, I think on one of the couple of kook shows that we did, we went over some of the most popular Dremel bits that we use, and that kind of if you don't want to buy a kit and get a bunch of stuff you may never use, there's some pretty good tips on there on which ones are most suited. And if you're hogging anything out, like when we did the Buzz Lightyear customs, like those, we use the spherical bits just because you're getting in the edge, getting up against the plastic and cutting it all out. Just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. No, Master Son, Mikey is the talent.
Oh my gosh. So that's that. You were talking about those cylindrical bits. When it comes to Dremel or rotary bits that get attached to something, buy good ones. In any of them that you screw on to to the Dremel shaft or anything like that, get the good ones. Don't cheap out on those. On grinding bits, doesn't matter. That bit that I was just using, the little wheel, that's a cheap piece of shit at Harbor Freight. Those, not a big deal. Although if you were running at really high RPMs, I would also recommend you not doing that, because if those will break apart, it's a real problem. Like, very dangerous.
Yeah. I've actually had one of those break apart on me. So
So you probably don't buy the cheap ones on that since you had it happen.
Not very often. On those cutters, I don't use them enough because I don't like a lot of times the stone. In what you're doing, it might actually help. The stone kind of will melt the plastic a little bit and put a little polish on it sometimes.
I think that helps what I'm doing, but I could see that not being good for a lot of applications.
And most of the time when you're running plastic, don't mess with diamond tip or any of that. That's almost worthless.
Yeah,
if you get a good
you're not cutting.
Good set of Dremel bits, you're good. If you just pick out the ones you like. Menards has a great selection.
Actually, Menards does have a fantastic selection. If you guys have Menards in your areas, they have a fantastic Dremel bit selection, like truly. Okay, so here you can kind of see that the gap that we're going for there to give me the clearance. So then I just rotate it, and I'll just get to the other side of it.
Yeah, David, it doesn't matter what rotary tool you use. You just get the right bit, and pretty much anything will work.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've got that really small one that I think is a Harbor Freight one, and it works just fine for the small stuff.
I really like it because I can hold it in my hand. Still has a cord on it, so I don't have to worry about it running out of juice. But it cuts at a low enough speed that I can really control that. Sometimes when you're really cutting material out, you don't want low speed, but when you're trying to do something that you're going to end up having to sand out or polish, or you want it to keep a certain shape, you're way better off to.
Yeah, you want it to be a little more delicate. It's a good thing. And I actually run one of these. So my Dremel hangs, and then this has a cable in it, like a speedometer or an old school speedometer cable that attaches to the shaft and then extends it out to here. And this is just the chuck for the bit.
Do you have a foot switch on that?
I do not. They do make them.
I've always thought if I was going to run one of those, that's what I would want.
That would definitely be advantageous. I could definitely see the benefit, but.
Welcome, Larry.
Menchaka. Hello, sir. I hope the Ace Ventura bit doesn't irritate you. I just realized that could be irritating.
Yeah, GeForce. That Win is a fine tool. I mean, it does just fine. Well, Jimmy, Mikey, and I both have thumbs and fingertips that prove that we would have probably needed a tourniquet at some point or another.
Yeah. That scar, that crescent-shaped one for sure. Actually, that was the one they said I didn't need. That was the one we went for stitches, and they said I didn't need it.
Yeah.
It healed up pretty nice. The one on my leg is god-awful. Looks like a shark attack. I don't have any Maximilian Tucker scars. I don't have one of those, but he's got one of those gnarly spine scars. Yikes.
That reminds me of the story that Kirk told us at DFW last year.
Oh yeah, forgot. I forgot about his story.
From Hasbro, he was at our booth talking to us for a while because Troy and I sponsored him to come to that show, and he's got this scar on his hand, and it's a pretty mean looking scar. And it turns out he was literally, I think, just cutting the plastic off of a model kit. The wrap around it. It wasn't even like a heavy cut, and somehow he moved his hand just wrong, and it cut his hand just about the time his wife walked in from wherever she was. So yeah, it was pretty entertaining hearing him tell that story because we're like, yeah, I've dropped a scalpel on my foot and all this stuff, and he's like, oh, I got a story to tell you.
Oh, God.
It was a story.
It
That
was,
was a good.
dude. I remember those scalpel ones. Man, there was some dangerous shit with those. We got like a bag of them at like a flea market or something.
Yeah, I found a whole bag of these plastic handled, one use basically scalpels, and I remember one fell off the edge of my desk one time and just stabbed right into the top of my foot.
Well, you had that one that stuck into your toenail. You were like walking with it and it just slid out, just right dead center into the fucking toenail. I remember.
Yeah, yeah, I've not been good to my feet.
That is facts.
Yeah, Mikey got almost bit by one time, a circular saw. So
Yeah, kicked back on me, fired the piece I was cutting right into my hand, kicked it right back, just caught on it, and scared the hell out of me. But I think my mom thought I was gonna lose a hand.
yeah, I think we thought the blade got you.
Yeah, we must have been in the ER for 4 hours that day, and then they were like, they just glued it, put a little tape on it, and they were like, oh well, he's good.
Yeah, he'll be all right. I think Mikey, that Dremel bit that you use most of the time is pretty close to a 9901 Dremel bit.
It's weird that it doesn't say anywhere on it.
No, they don't write it.
I have another one that's one of the gold tip ones that I got because they were out of stock on this one. I was like, well, the hell with it, Now, if you're hogging
is
something
that one
out,
is the
this
entire
bad boy
shaft
right
size,
here will
right?
do it.
It's not reduced or anything.
It is reduced a little bit. Yeah, it does taper slightly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
It does.
The
taper
9901, it's the same size all the way up.
Okay. Well, you were talking about hogging something out. If you're doing that, this dude right here will chew some freaking material. It is wonderful, especially cast or printed heads, and you're trying to waller out the neck. This guy right here, oh, you got to be careful because it will eat. So careful with the pressures, especially if you're going like up into the neck towards the top of the head. Be careful. Be warned. That dude will get away from you. Yeah, I've definitely. I mean, you see how I'm cutting right here. I mean, just a little slip and there's a knife in your fingertip. I mean,
yeah.
I probably do it once a week at least. I mean, last week I hit it right there. I was doing one of these and just right into it.
And people will say like, well, why don't you wear gloves, or why don't you do this or that? And just, man, there's really not a good glove that you can still move the way you need to move when you're. A lot of times you're.
Well, and you need
moving
to feel
with your feet. Yeah, you need to be able to do that.
I got something to try. I don't know where the hell they are. Okay. Well, that's what I get for being unorganized. Yeah. I got the cut proof, just like finger gloves, like just rolls like down to like a knuckle. And I thought, well, if I'm holding something, that would still give me enough pressure. And then if I slip, I've got those, but I haven't used one yet. I guess I won't use it if I don't know where the hell I put it.
Yeah, I totally get that, G-Horse. I'm always feeling like I probably could have stopped that from happening, and then I'm like, nah, it'll be all right. Next time I'm going to get a glove, and then I don't.
No, I don't even say it to myself anymore. I'm just like, you idiot! Why were you cutting like that? And you're like, well, it's really the only, like right now, like I'm cutting towards my frickin' finger. But there is not a like this. You don't have the right control on it.
Mikey, Larry wants to know what your favorite music to listen to while you're customizing.
Oh. You know, music is tricky with me because it's really just whatever I'm feeling in the particular moment.
He said that he said he listened to one of your recommendations, the Black Pumas fast cars.
Oh man, dude, that's so good. You liked it? Cool, man. That's awesome. I really like them. They're a 2-man band. And that version of Fast Car is just, it's got the soul that it should have. It's a really good song. I know most people my age, they probably know it by the Luke Combs version, and I am not a big fan of that one.
No, the Black Puma one sounds like a righteous redo.
It is, man. Yeah, I dig their sound though. It's nice soul, old school rhythm and blues. Yeah, it's good stuff. I'm glad you liked it.
No, Master Son, he means that most people nowadays, they don't realize that Tracy Chapman version, which when I was a kid, that's the one that everybody knew. So it's the Luke version is the one that actually it got not only overplayed, but it found its way into commercials and everything else. So
yeah, and I always liked Tracy Chapman's version of it. I thought it was a super underrated song. Obviously, when it came out, I'm sure it wasn't underrated, but holding the test of time, I think it's underrated. It's a really good song. It's powerful lyrics, and it's simple but powerful, and she has an interesting voice.
She does.
Yeah, I like them Black Pumas. I think Black Pumas was one of the last music recommendations that my old buddy Corey recommended to me. It was Black Pumas and Royal Blood. I like them too. I don't know what they'd be classified as. I guess probably some kind of alt rock, but pretty good. Better. Oh, Zakanan knows about Royal Blood, do you? That's cool.
Yeah, you guys will have to do another music show that's like a, what would you call it? Songs that aren't mainstream, hidden gems kind of thing.
Oh, a hidden gems one would be cool. I think one that would be cool. Let me know what you think about this, Zach. But if we did something like a hidden gems, but from multiple decades, like a lesser known song of the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. That may be a good one for maybe a week where it's just the two of us, and we need a little bigger list and go through something like that.
The best part will be every time one of you guys name something, Mikey will pull out the album.
That would be sick.
You know, Zagane, and if you broke it up like that, you could do like early stuff where you guys covered like original versions of songs that people thought the one that came out in the 80s or 90s was the original.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. That'd be good.
Like,
Like
oh, here's
Hard to
this one
Handle,
from,
Black
we'll
Crows.
do
You're like,
like,
yeah, but it's nothing next to Otis.
yeah,
Yeah, that would be cool. Although I think the Bengals
just,
get it with Hazy Shade of Winter. I mean, love Simon and Garfunkel,
although
but damn,
the story
Bengals
behind that's
do
pretty
it.
cool too. You know, they changed words in that song on purpose to make it fit what they were doing. So,
Well, maybe you should be the guest for that one. Maybe you can give us some fun insight.
I'm just saying that song, I love the Bengals version of that song. Their cover of it is awesome.
I
But
agree.
oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
I love the zombies, man.
Yeah, like the zombies.
Yes, exactly. And there was, I guess, the discussion in the studio when it happened got pretty heated with certain people. So,
I'd say one about like a singer songwriter one, but
yeah, but how long can you talk about Gordon Lightfoot?
oh shit! Okay, shots fired. Okay,
Do a whole Gord's Gold show.
dude. I don't need to be sold on Gord's Gold. Okay.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. Yesterday, I called you a little later than normal because Sundown was on the radio.
Oh hell yeah, man!
I just had to listen to it, and I was like, okay, I can call him now.
It's so good. Sundown's good. I was just watching a documentary about the Edmund Fitzgerald, and of course, you know that like played like the whole time.
Sure, sure. The cool thing about that song is I think the song is longer than how long it took it to sync.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So I love that. I love watching like videos that like PBS used to play videos of singers like that, and they're back then, you know, coffee shop style, where it's just the singer with their guitar with a bunch of people sitting on the floor, and there's one of them with Gordon Lightfoot, and the girls watching him. It is just entertaining to watch.
I could see
Like it's
that.
like the craziness of, you know, Beatlemania, you know, where you'd see the people like screaming and all that. It was all that craziness, but it was just in their eyes and face, like they were shaking and crying. And
That's amazing.
yeah, Gordon Lightfoot,
That
everyone.
is amazing. Yeah. I like the Gordon Lightfoot. You know, Neil Diamond, Tommy James, Chris Christopherson. There's some elite songwriters out there. Back when a musical credit was one name and not like 6.
Right.
It's like Jesus.
Like you used to, you know, when they had the shows about the bands and stuff, and you'd be watching them, and like one of the guys would be talking about how I pretty much wrote this one, and the other guys in the band are just looking at him like,
Yeah.
okay, dude.
Except when it comes to rumors. That never happens with rumors.
Yeah, like everybody
you couldn't convince anybody that you didn't write that, Lindsay.
That is definitely true.
Yeah.
Even the Even the guy
I
that does
totally
the
agree.
street videos where he has like the little setup where he can make the drum sound and everything, and then he just has some random person from the street come up and sing vocals.
Oh, I love those. Yeah, you've seen those
Yeah,
too? I love those. Where
yeah,
he's
I
like
love
he's
watching
trying to get
him.
somebody to like rap or something, but there's one where some guy's like, "Yeah, give me like a soul sample," and he's like, "Well, you're gonna have to do the sample then." And they're like, "Oh, okay." It's so cool. I
Yeah,
love those. I love those.
yeah,
I've
I've
seen those
watched him
popping
do
up a
those. I
lot.
like how he gets the beat going and then he tunes his guitar to it, and
Yes,
yeah,
so cool, so cool. Oh yeah, Highwaymen,
oh yeah,
absolutely. One left. That's crazy. That's
yeah, no
crazy,
kidding.
man. Of all the people, Willie's like the last one I would have expected to last the longest. Him and Keith Richards are just like crystallized on the inside. Like nothing can take them.
Yeah, there's
It's amazing.
that's what
And Clint
when they
Eastwood, like those are like the three. Like they're like the world's trinity. Like someday we're gonna be like, can you believe Keith Richards is 117? They're like, I don't know, man. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah.
yeah,
So
G-Force. For me, it was several of those things, and then Dr. Demento's radio show on Friday nights. Man, he would come up with some good stuff, and I listened to him for years. I can remember the first time I ever heard him playing songs that I had not heard, and then all the way up to the Bloodhound Gang. He played them one night, and that was I think that was the last year or so that he was on. But man, I loved that show.
wild.
That's how I found Tom Jones' version of Kiss, like was on Doctor
Really
Demento. Yeah,
funny.
yeah, he had a way of picking
That's a
stuff
good
out.
cover right there. Oh boy.
That is a good.
Dadgum. Well, we got just a few minutes until I assume 3POA is doing something. Zach, are they doing something? They are, right? Aren't they talking?
Yeah,
naughty talk,
he pimped them a while ago.
talking boobies or something.
The address is in the chat.
Excellent, excellent.
The link.
Stinky Lanky. So that's where we're at. I will probably finish joint prep. Unless you guys really want to see that, I think what you saw gets you going pretty. I mean, shows you pretty
Yeah,
well what you need. So I will. I'll probably finish that off screen, and then I usually go for the gluing and stuff and putting them on a board off screen. But it's using these skewers and hot glue and just putting the pieces on there in a way that I can still paint them and move the joints and stuff while they're on the stick. So next week, I'd say we'll probably pick it up and all the parts will probably be on piece of foam. And
Mikey, do you remember the other show you were pimping last week?
The other show?
Yeah, I can't remember which one you mentioned on Figure It Out.
I don't know. Did I have another show to pimp out or something?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Damn, bud, I don't remember. It's all kind of a fog.
Another Wednesday show, he says.
Another Wednesday show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
God, nothing.
College radio.
Nothing comes to mind. I mean, I know Monday is Paul Knapp. He's usually doing something on Monday. I don't think he has a Wednesday show. Man, I can't remember, buddy. I don't remember. But Zach and I will be live tomorrow night. We're going to talk about stoner movies with Woody 222. Of course, that's after Mega Powers Thursday Night Thunder. Jerk Gaines, Tim and Skelly. So tune into that and then, shoot over when you can. yeah. Sunday we've got another episode of Couple of Kooks. Oh yeah, Jim Smith. Yeah, what's on Joe Mind? Yeah, they are Wednesday. I think there's a couple of bigger shows that do Wednesdays. I think. Yeah, I think they're. Yeah, what's on Joe Mind is a Wednesday show.
Yeah, and Sunday we're going to talk about the Spaceman. I showed how we did the rifle last week, and that was my first attempt at filming anything I was doing. So I'm going to start working on some other pieces and show you guys some of the changes I made to the rifle based on some advice from the chat. We had a couple of people say it should try this, or what if we did this. So I made a few changes to it just to incorporate some other design features of that kind of a weapon.
Oh yeah.
And I made a couple other mods. I sent Mikey a couple of those too to play with.
Indeed. Yeah, it's
You can show it off. There it is. We added a laser sight to the bottom of it, put a groove in the top of the handle, and flared out the front of it so that it had a little more definition between the muzzle flash and the regular part of the rifle. So
pretty cool little rifle there. Yeah.
There'll be a couple more weapons for him in the future here, and then I'll probably start carving out either armor parts or helmet or something for Sunday, just to keep it going. We'll talk about some other stuff too. That's just going to be one of the things we try to hit on every show is how that project is going. That will be the project for the DFW show that Mikey's technically putting on. That we're going to show some tips and tricks, and then you get to build this kind of one of a kind figure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'll get you kind of to the paint stage, I think is kind of what we're shooting for. So we'll kind of get you started on prep and that kind of stuff. But paint, there's no way to do that with good time and supplies. So you're going to be on your own reconnaissance for that. But we're going to get you there. Shiny. Firefly. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. So thanks everybody for coming out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate your engagement. I cannot thank you all enough for the memberships. That is incredibly cool. That's really, really awesome.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's cool seeing all the green names.
Absolutely. So, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for the engagement. Thanks for hanging out with us. Till next time. You have a good one. All right.